Have you ever been in a situation where you're overthinking about something, you're overanalyzing what could happen in the near future, but after some time, things pass and you realize you were just waiting the small stuff, you were just thinking about insignificant things, that it wasn't a big deal. And a lot of overthinking is just like that. Nonsense, sweating the small stuff, and not about solutions, but repetitive thinking about your problems. So how to stop overthinking? Today I've got 7 tips for you to stop overthinking. Especially the last one is the best one, so stick to the end of this video to get the best out of it.
We gon' live, we gon' fight, off the cliff, take a dive, swing and miss, feel alive, get back up, we gon' thrive, never stop, living life, take it off.
Number 1, sense it when you start overthinking. So sense it means being aware, being conscious when you're overthinking. So always make it a habit to be present and be like, you know what? Alright, I'm aware, I'm overthinking right now. Because you gotta be conscious, because if you don't know your problems, you're not gonna find solutions for them. So always be conscious of yourself, be conscious of your thoughts, what you're thinking in a given moment. So when you catch yourself overthinking, I want you to get that out. I want you to stop overthinking. I want you to be like, you know what? Alright, I'm just waiting the small stuff. I don't know what could happen, but I don't have to be anxious on the future outcome. But to be like that, you gotta be conscious. And to be conscious and to have the ability to be aware of this type of thoughts, you gotta start meditating. Like, you gotta start to be mindful. And to be mindful, you gotta exercise your mind, and there's no better way to exercise the mind than meditation. When you're meditating, you're gonna focus on your breathing, and you're gonna detach yourself from your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. Because that's what you do. You overthink with your thoughts, you overthink with your emotions. When you overthink with your thoughts, that is anxiety. When you overthink with your emotions, that is gonna be like, depression or like that. So being aware is really crucial. Sensing it. Sensing that you're overthinking. A lot of times we're just walking around not even knowing what you're thinking about. But if you know what you're thinking in a given moment, you can detach. You can separate yourself from your thoughts and be like, you know what, alright, I'm thinking positive right now. Alright, it is good. But when you're thinking negative, when you're overthinking about things, when you're so focused on the future that you forget the present moment, you're gonna be aware, you're gonna catch this, and you're gonna cut these thoughts. So practice mindfulness, practice meditation, and you're gonna be good at being aware and shifting your focus from overthinking to be present and just experience life. Number 2, immediately think about what is in your control. If something ever bothers you, like first one, as I told you, be aware, be mindful, and then just ask yourself, is it in my control? Is it in my concern? Can I change this by taking action? If yes, get up and take action. Get up and start doing something about it. But if it's not in your control, if you cannot do anything about it, just let it be. Focus on the things that you can control and work on them. And on the things that you don't have any control over, man, you don't have to overthink about them. You cannot do anything about them. Just give that to the universe. Why is it essential? Because you're gonna have free mind. You're gonna clear your mind by only focusing on the things that matter, by only focusing on the things that are in your control. You're gonna think clearly, and by thinking clearly, you're gonna decide better. You're gonna make better decisions, and by clear thinking, you're not gonna make decisions out of your emotions. So always think of what you can control and take action. On the things that you cannot control, as I said, give that to the universe, let the universe do the work, and trust the process, okay? 3, zoom out and see your problems. So you overthink about your problems, right? But when you overthink, when you start overthinking about your problems, what's gonna happen, what you're gonna do, just zoom out. Think as if you're on the top of the universe. When you see that, you just realize there are a lot of people, billions of people in this world, right? So, billions of problems. You're gonna see that there are a lot of people that are going through the same problems as you. Not only the same, but even harder. Harder problems than you. They're encountering harder challenges. So your problem is like really little compared to them. So make it a habit to zoom out. Just view things from a higher perspective. And also, as I mentioned earlier, you're gonna have that clear thinking. You're gonna be better at deciding on things. You'll have so much solutions to solve your problems. Number 4, be a stoic. By the way, the zooming out technique that I told you, it is from the Stoics. So being a stoic means having that emotional control, focusing on only the things that you can control and not being affected if things don't go well. So study stoicism, read books about it, watch videos, just to learn what it means to be in control, just to learn to focus on the things that you can control and not overthinking about things. Also, from other teachings of stoicism, you can learn about, let's say, memento mori. So memento mori means you are going to die. When you realize this, when you realize you're mortal, you're gonna die one day. You're not gonna overthink. You're only focusing on this moment. You're gonna be present. You're gonna take action on the things that you can control. Because one day you're gonna lose this control. You're gonna lose your power to take action. One day you are going to die. So why do you overthink about the future? Why do you waste your time just being in your mind instead of just being present, taking action, and just focusing on the things that you can control and experiencing life fully? Also, another stoic thought that can help you is negative visualization. Like, visualize the worst outcome. Visualize the worst thing that could happen. When you start overthinking about things, just visualize the worst thing that could happen. A lot of times it's not gonna happen, but just when you visualize that, you're gonna know. your problem is not really that bad. Stoicism is gonna save your life. Number 5, don't be fooled with your moods. Your moods are gonna fluctuate throughout the day. You're gonna feel good, you're gonna feel positive, you're gonna feel happy, you're gonna feel sad. Like, this is just our mood. This is a human behavior. So whenever you start overthinking, know that this might be just a mood. This might be just emotion. It's gonna fluctuate throughout the day. You're overthinking about something just because your mood is not right. You know, sometimes when you're really happy, you don't overthink about things. You're gonna be like, you know what? Things might happen, alright. I'm gonna face them. You're confident. But when your mood is really low, when you're feeling bad, when you're really sad, what's gonna happen is if you see yourself, you start overthinking. You start like viewing things in the very bad way. So as I mentioned, mindfulness is key. Be mindful and also be aware when you're thinking about these things and just realize, alright, this is just my mood. Maybe I might be sad. Maybe I might be feeling down right now. Let's make decisions in a clear mind and not be, run by our emotions. Go back and see the moments where you were anxious. Those days, they passed, right? And right now, you're healthy, you're good, nothing really bad happened. So always remember that. When you start overthinking, like your mind is just playing games. Your mind always overthink things and detach yourself and know that this too shall pass. Number 6, create a routine. So a routine gives you a structure in your life. And let me tell you, if you don't have a structure in your life, you're automatically gonna overthink, because if you don't have a structure, if you don't know what to do when you wake up, like you're gonna overthink, like what am I gonna do? What am I gonna eat? What am I gonna wear today? Where am I gonna go? Like, do you think where am I gonna go? Like, that is a weird one. But just have a routine, have a structure, know what you're gonna do. If you have a structure, if you really know what you're gonna do throughout the day, you're gonna minimize chaos, you're gonna minimize unwanted thinking, unwanted activities that you're gonna do. So that will make you not overthink about things, but just take action in the present moment because you know what you're gonna do. Number 7, which is the base one. Write it down. Just write it at the moment, maybe on paper or on your phone. When you start overthinking about things, just write it. Alright, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that, I'm stressing about my school, I'm stressing about my work. You get it. So when you make it a habit to write these things, you're gonna have like clear mind. Alright, you write them down. Now you really know, alright, this is what I'm overthinking. This is what should I focus on. This is where should I take action. And then the next thing that I want you to do is just ask yourself, alright, like after you write them, what is the most important next step that I can take? So write it. Step 1, I'm gonna go to and talk to this person, I'm gonna start this project, I'm gonna focus on these things. Just write it and just take that next step. Don't think about other things, but just start doing this. That is the compounding effect. You're gonna do the small thing, like you're gonna finish the first step, and then the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and now you have finished. You have finished everything that you have been overthinking about. So make it a habit to write, and you're good to go to have a clear mind. Alright guys, so these are the 7 things that you can do to stop overthinking. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful and knowledgeable. I really appreciate you watching it. Thanks for watching. Ciao.